There were two monks. They wanted to go from one village to the other. They had to cross a forest. So one of these monks, he said to the other monk, "Let's go very fast, let's go faster." And he appeared a bit more stressed out than normal, more anxious than normal. He just kept on pushing the other monk that let's go faster. The other monk thought, what's happening today? I have never seen this monk so anxious. Always he's relaxed. We have crossed this forest so many times and he was always very peaceful. Why is he so anxious today? Why does he have this anxiety today? He saw this monk number one the monk number one had a bag on his shoulder. He was always trying to grab hold of the bag, check his bag, put his hand in the bag, checking something if something is there, and pulling his hand out. When he checked, he was at peace and he moved on. Every 5 minutes, he was putting his hand in the bag, checking and then moving on, and constantly creating stress for the other monk to move faster so that they could cross the jungle faster than otherwise. The second monk didn't say anything, but he was wondering what's happening, why so much stress today. They kept on walking, and in the deep forest, at one place, they found a small pond. They were feeling very thirsty as well because it was a hot day, and they were walking very fast for very long. So the monk number one, who was always anxious, he was so thirsty that he had to drink water. He said, he gave his bag to the other monk. He said, "Now hold this bag tight, don't let it go off your sight. I just come back in 5 minutes, I just need to drink some water." So when the monk number one went to the pond to get some water, there was the chance for monk number two to find out what was there in the bag. Why was the other monk having so much anxiety in him? He put his hand in the bag. He took it out. He saw there was a big gold bar, like this big gold bar in the bag. And he immediately realized why the monk number one was so much stressed out today. So he took that gold bar, he threw it in the jungle. He took some stones which were weighing equally, put it in the bag, and just held the bag tight once again, just the way it was. Monk number one came after having the water, immediately looked, is the bag there? The monk number two was holding the bag tight, so it was okay for him. Then he took the bag from him and they both left on their journey. Again, the monk number one wanted to go fast as possible because maybe there are thieves in the jungle. Something might happen. So he was going on, trying to go as fast as possible. Monk number two could not take this anymore. At some point of time, he said, "You know what? Now you don't have to worry anymore. We can go as relaxed as always." The monk number one thought, why? And he just checked his bag. The bag weighed. And so he still thought, why is the guy saying that let's now be relaxed and have no fear? He wanted to check. So he put his hand in the bag. He felt there were stones. So he immediately also realized that his gold bar was gone. In that moment, he realized what mistake he was making throughout the journey. So he took the stones out of the bag, threw the bag away, looked in the sky. The sky was clear, bright blue sky. The forest was green. He looked around the forest and all his worries went away. And then he said, okay, now we can walk as you like. We can take one step at a time. This is the wisdom from religions of renunciation, of not having any possession. This is one way. We don't live that lifestyle where we are renouncing things and have no worries. What is the other way? The other way, where we have things in our life and we are constantly worried whether we will lose them, whether they will be separated from them, what will happen to them, and we are holding on to all of those things in the fear of losing, in the fear of letting them go. What is the other way? The other way is to train ourselves to practice that let go, to have some moments in life where you can let go of whatever you have. Doesn't mean that you throw the golden bar in the jungle, but what it means is that you disidentify yourself with what you have and just be in the space of let go, be in that moment where it does not matter whether you have it or not. And then you can resume your life back with what you have and continue with the way you were moving ahead before. This is what meditation can offer you. That space, that moment, that instance, that place in life where for a few moments you can let go of everything and just be completely free of anxiety, free of stress, free of losing something, and then you go back. You can pick up your things and move on if you like. In most cases, even the quality of how you move further changes, because when you are disidentified with your possessions, with your whatever identifications, then even to have them is not bothering you anymore, is rather bringing more freedom to your life.